Hey everybody, Delta Flight Gaming back again. It is Wednesday. That means we're playing some LA Noire, and I have had a busy day.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
Two of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
I was just about to say, doesn't that make it still homicide?
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20
shit.
cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
Okay, so my morning today started off like any normal morning would. You know, I get up, I go to the bathroom, I walk into my kitchen to
put this morphine to sleep. A dead judge.
You know, get breakfast and just start my day.
Everyone has their
some
vices.
stuff I needed to get done today.
Even you, Phelps.
And I noticed that there's water on my floor. And the way that my apartment complex is set up for my apartment, my kitchen is just almost a one way in, one way out. It's not an island or anything like that kind of deal. And so like my oven sits next to my fridge, and right next to right across from my fridge is my dishwasher. And right next to both of those is a door that if you open the door, it's a vertical washer dryer unit, and right across from that, still in that smaller room, is my water heater.
Parker and Green.
And I crashed.
What are you doing?
Cool. So I open up.
Parker and Green are going toe to toe for the top
I couldn't tell if it was
job.
from my fridge.
There's a change in the wind.
About time.
Dishwasher.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps.
Because the water was
Parker's got a
in front of
puritanical
both.
streak. You never know we'll get swept up in a thing like that.
So I see that it's going into the laundry room area. And I open up and I see that it looks as if it's coming from the water heater. So I'm like, oh, that's just fucking great. So I mop it all up and see that the leak is coming from the very base of the water heater unit itself, and it just trickles out, very, very, very slow, like a small drip, but enough to be like, hey, this needs to be fixed. And to me, I go to bed between midnight and 1 a.m. depending upon how tired I am and if I'm doing anything, if I have to do anything in the morning. And when I went to bed, before I got a drink of water, it was fine. There was no water on the floor. So now and then there was. So pretty much the rest of my day was mopping it up and waiting for my super to come and replace it. And he'd replace it with like a more standard unit. So I got more.
Phelps.
I think he told me I had like 10 extra gallons.
We're here about the morphine.
So I'm like, sweet.
Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine.
So
I know Eddie McGoldrick.
yeah, that was
He was a non-com in my old unit.
that was my morning.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought
It led
the club.
pretty much into
Who were
the
the
day.
other
Like
Vicks?
Two musicians, Biddleston
he
and Bo.
came in, he
Get
drained
this,
it.
they
He
used to
said
be
it
in
would
a
take an
four-piece,
hour,
but
so
the
he was
trombone player
already
and the
heading out
drummer
to lunch.
OD'd.
So he pretty
Don't
much
tell me.
started
Mont and
draining it,
Tyree?
went to lunch, came back, and
We've
replaced
met
the
the
whole
rest
unit.
of the band.
Now they're a no piece.
That was a bad
Do you
joke.
mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
All right, time to investigate. What do we got here? Man, that dude is riddled.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into it.
Sorry.
Certainly sends a message.
Once,
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try.
yeah. All right, what do we got over here?
Well-maintained, custom case. Someone
What are
cared
those?
for this
Are
instrument.
those mouthpieces? They look like mouthpieces.
What's that click?
Maybe one of these guys? No. This one. Whoa.
Neat trick. Case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Actually, yeah, if it's got a sequence for a hidden compartment.
We should follow up on the musician angle.
Oh,
He kept his stash close at hand.
I wouldn't mind having something like that, one of those like hidden drawer compartment things. All right, let's look at this dead guy. Nice tie.
We have a new source.
Sensor
Or is this
half
coming
grain
from
per
what's left in
1.5
circulation?
cc, stone needle poison. Huh. Ooh. It's a shitload of cigarettes.
Dozen packs to a carton. 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Months? I mean, for your average smoker, that's probably a good year's worth. BAR.
These look brand new. Never fired. They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
Is this guy hunting for
19.4
bear?
pounds.
Look at these things.
Yeah.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of
That
them?
is a good question.
Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
When
We should get back to the
Was it-
station
was
and
it
check the
Afghanistan?
details of what
Yeah, when I was
exactly
coming home from
lifted
Afghanistan,
from that ship.
they check your bags before you even leave to make sure you're not trying to like
I'm
smuggle
Detective
anything home.
Phelps, administrative by squad.
And
Welcome to the
I
111 Club,
had
Detective.
a
Feels like I've had half the
a
LAPD
shell
in here today already.
from an A-10 Warthog plane that I got it like
Any
the
idea
first
who
month I
did the
was there
shooting?
and completely
No
forgot
idea.
about it when I was packing it up.
It
and
was
they
my
went through
day
it,
off.
found it and
If
tossed it
I'd
out.
been
I was
here,
like, oh,
honey,
yeah.
I'd be
Oh,
full
well.
of holes just like the
Not
others.
that big a deal. I mean, it was a shell. It wasn't actually a
I
bullet.
want to level
but
with me,
still.
miss, before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Looks kind of like a Chinese dress.
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie
Like
didn't
the
know a thing
style.
about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, Matt.
Eddie was in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
I want to see. Excuse me, officer. I want to see.
All right, where are we heading off to next? Yeah, let's hit up the music spot first, and then we'll check on the
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick?
BARs.
Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you
Yep,
think.
unfortunately it
Young
does.
guys trying to adjust to normal life.
Oh shit, it was right here.
You recommend a special?
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lichtman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries Untersturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at
Dude,
me
back
outside.
off.
How about you get a drink while I see to this?
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
Is she smoking from her eye?
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The only way you're going to get rid of me is to give me an answer.
I knew Cornell. We worked together a few years ago. He loved the music, but the music didn't love him.
You
does that
love the
mean?
drug.
It means that he just wasn't that good. He was a sad, lonely cat.
Boys, take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with you, officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
You're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my
It's an
war. It's
impossible
against the
war to
law.
win.
My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Cole Phelps.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer.
Cohen?
No.
Do you know where to find him?
This time of day, you'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
All right, so we're following her now. All right, so. All right. I think this is when he starts having the affair. I'll just turn on my siren just for shits and giggles. But I shouldn't, because that would more than likely fail this part of the mission. Oh, it's right here, dude. Stalker alert. I bet she knows she was being followed. Okay, so I was being followed already. But, okay, so here's my question then. What would prompt him to do that? Like, there wasn't any hint of like, hey, come back to my room, buddy. Da-da-da-da. You know. There wasn't anything that was like even hinting remotely that, hey, let's go and just start this affair. Like, I think this was just written in. Just to write it in.
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
Top of my class back east. Now waiting table. Goddamn Harry thinks he could get fresh whenever he pleases.
LAPD. We have some questions.
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Iga Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
It's almost like he's trying to imitate
Mickey Cohen.
Good
Christopher
afternoon.
Walken.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid?
Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is?
Like,
and how
funny
much
how?
fun it would be
Like,
to
I
get together
use you
with
funny?
sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy? Or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
So that was bad. That was just bad.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid.
Dude, why are you holding your cigar like
Age is
that?
a
It
filthy
looks like
habit.
it's burning his hand.
I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
I already did.
We believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Uh-huh.
So you haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. You have to put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
Okay.
What's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous match.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our
That's
job
true.
is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're
Well, of
using
course,
them.
that's
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Aren't you supposed to be working the...
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus. I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused as to what that guy was talking about with who Brenda was. I don't know if that was the chick that was at the
Harry,
club or
you
not.
got a minute?
Hopefully we
Sure,
talk
Cole,
to her, because
anytime.
otherwise I'll be a little confused.
you've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of
Oh,
Thompsons.
Thompsons are so much fun
Great
to
amount of
shoot.
smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No
Apparently
kidding.
they jam up really
I better
bad
get
and they
over
pull up.
Do you have a
into the
copy
right.
of the manifest?
Yeah,
I still want to.
here it is.
I want to own one, just for the sake of saying I
So
own.
how do we
a
connect the
Thompson.
docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
Yeah,
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club.
and that one,
Enough to arm 3 companies.
and this guy.
This is the crate we recovered.
Oh, I only found the one.
500,000 cigarettes
Jesus.
loose on the streets of LA.
$500,000.
Some of these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon, McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy.
Crazy.
Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood
Oh,
bus.
nice.
They want every car. Go!
All right, so now someone's shooting at a bus. Exit left, exit straight down. Bus shooting. Dude, get in the fucking car. I have a feeling that this would be a pretty good soundtrack to listen to. I know I've talked about it on a couple occasions before, but yeah, there's, like I said before, I've got a couple of video game soundtracks. I want some more. The one I do want Cuphead. I want Cuphead's soundtrack, but the only one I'm able to find it is either on vinyl or digital, and I want CD, so that way I can listen to it in my car. So I'm pretty sure if I put it in my car, I probably wouldn't take it out for a while. All right, bus shooting. Why the fuck are you still on the bus? If my bus is getting shot up, I am getting out of that bus. Which one dies? Which one dies? There it is. You see me? We gotta go around.
Find a way up there and stop that son of a bitch, Cole.
All units, officer down at 1384 North Bronson. Ambulance is en route. Officer still needs help on Bronson.
Is it up on here? No, it's over here, I think. Yeah, here it is.
gotcha.
LAPD, drop the
I
gun
wouldn't
now.
have done that. I would have just came in if he was still doing it. That way I wouldn't have to fight down a BAR. But then again, there's that. I can hear myself running down the stairs. Or him running up the stairs, never mind. No. Anything in this coat pocket? Yes. CL234, combo table 3.
Phone number and restaurant table.
Route 217. So it looks like a hit list. Hey, that's...
It's one of the BARs.
Nope. All right.
I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner,
No,
Roy
more of a
Earl.
douchebag.
We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And then cops turned up and start treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
I was down at the 111 Club this morning, waiting for the medical examiner to scrape Eddie McGoldrick's brains off the bar. You want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile.
That's usually what happens.
It's a tough break to get through Okinawa and then have to buy it back home.
I know I saw recently... Oh,
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck
last
do I
time,
know?
Or like a couple times before, there's somebody who...
The dead guy on the
won
roof
some
works
sort of
for
lottery,
Mickey
some,
Cohen.
Like, good $1 million
Why would
lottery or
Cohen want
whatever,
you
and
dead?
his...
Man, I don't know anything
He
about
showed up
Mickey
wearing a
Cohen
mask,
or any of
so
those
that way his
gangsters.
family members, you know, all of his family and friends wouldn't know who it was.
Your name was in the sniper's notebook. Level with me, Felix.
Cohen thinks because we were on the boat, we have the morphine.
I mean, that's smart.
Courtney's meeting
you know?
those guys to sort it out.
Courtney Sheldon?
Yeah. You remember Sheldon, don't you, Cole?
We'll be in
Hey,
touch.
I got a trophy.
You heard that Jack is in L.A.?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, Detective.
Was that an insult?
Pretty cool customer.
He's been under fire before.
You buying his story?
Not for a minute.
You know, I think I'm going to end this here because we've got some more to go. Yeah, so I will just see you guys in the next episode. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Your support means everything to me right now. I'm enjoying this.
I need an address
So
on a Jack
I think this is the last Vice Desk mission. So we have the other half. We'll finish up the other half, and then I think we start up Arson,
Thanks.
and then the game is pretty much in the home stretch. So thank you guys so much. See you in the next video.